Hello guys, welcome to Silver Screen Recap channel. Today I'm going to explain the action fantasy movie Morbius release on 2022. So let's explain the movie. At the beginning of the movie we see an island called Costa Rica, and here with the help of a helicopter, Dr. Michael Morbius brought some of his people. And the specialty of this island is that a species of blood-sucking bat is found here. And these bats are much bigger and stronger than other bats, hence these bats are called vampires. Michael then gets out of the helicopter and goes to Bat's cave, and cuts his hand, and the Batsar comes out of the cave smelling his blood, and this scene ends here. Then we are shown the incident 25 years ago. Here we see young Morbius, and he had a type of blood disease since childhood, so he has difficulty in walking, and his doctor also said that he would not live long. A few days later, a boy was admitted to the hospital where Morbius was admitted, and this boy's name was Lucius, but Morbius named this boy Milo, and both of them had the same disease of blood and difficulty in walking. Despite Morbius' disease, he is very talented in studies, so Dr. M.L. Nicholas sent Morbius to New York to study, and he became a scientist. He invented synthetic blood and saved many lives, and so he was given the Nobel Prize for this work. We then see Morbius in a lab, where he has been researching a cure for his blood disease with Coolidge Martin for years. And after years of research, he gets a clue to cure his blood disease. He mixes bat DNA with human DNA to create a serum, and Morbius believed that this serum would remove his physical disability. Morbius then comes to visit his childhood friend Milo after completing his experiments. And here we see that Milo was quite a rich man. Another big thing is that Morbius has received funding for the big experiments he has done so far from Milo. Morbius then tells Milo that he has found a clue to cure their blood disease, and that his experiment is a bit dangerous, so I have to go somewhere far to complete the experiment. Morbius then sails out to sea, with Martin and some mercenary gunman to complete his experiment. And here Martin injects the serum into Morbius' body, but after injecting the serum, Morbius slowly turns into a demon. And seeing these, the people there got scared, and shot to kill Morbius, but since Morbius was turned into a vampire, his powers increased almost 100 times, as well as his ability to see and hear. He kills all the people on ship and drinks their blood, and when all these events happened, Martin was unconscious. The next morning when Morbius regains consciousness, he checks the CCTV footage and is shocked to see himself in a terrible state. Since Martin needed medical attention, he called the police, and that kind of not being arrested, so he deleted all the CCTV footage and fled from there. Morbius then comes to his lab and uses various things to check his strangeness, and he learns that he needs to drink human blood to survive, and if he doesn't drink the blood, he'll revert back to what he was before. But since Morbius was a good man, he never wanted another human's life for him, so he started drinking his own discovered blood. But he finds that the synthetic blood only keeps him stable for 6 hours, that means he has to drink blood every 6 hours, and if this synthetic blood is consumed regularly, then this limited time will gradually decrease. And at some point this synthetic blood will stop working, and he has to start drinking human blood again. Then when he was slowly getting to know the advantages and disadvantages of his body, just then Milo came in, and Milo notices that Morbius is much better than before, and he can now walk smoothly. And so he tries to find out its secret from Morbius. He asked Morbius, "How would you like if? Did you really use that serum? I want that serum too." But Morbius tells Milo that the serum is nothing less than a life-killing poison. "I have now turned from a human into a demon. And you can't imagine what happened to me. I can't help you with this right now." Then they have a lot of fights. Milo repeatedly asks to give the serum but Morbius does not give Milo the serum, then Milo leaves. But some time later Morbius receives news that an employee working in his lab has died, and after death all the blood has been sucked from his body. And when the police come to investigate, they suspect Morbius because similar incidents happen on ships where Morbius is present. After this incident, Morbius thought that he might have killed this employee when he turned into a vampire. Because when he becomes a vampire his body is not under his control. Then when the police come to arrest Morbius, Morbius tries to escape, but the police catch him anyway, and put him in jail. Then Morbius's childhood friend Lucius comes to visit him in prison, bringing with him a packet of blood and a walking stick. He gives Morbius a packet of blood and Morbius drinks the blood. But Lucius left the walking stick in jail when he came out of jail, and by seeing Lucius' walking stick, Morbius realizes that Lucius has turned his body into a heel by injecting the serum into his body. And Morbius also realizes that the death of the employee in his lab was not because of him, but because of Lucius turning into a demon. Morbius escapes from prison, to stop Lucius from killing more people to satisfy his bloodlust. And Morbius meets his best friend Lucius after escaping from prison. And tells him you have turned into a demon, and says I will help you to recover. But Lucius won't listen to her. Rather, whoever is in front of him kills him. And he offers Morbius that we have a power that no one in the world has, can we do it if we want to? But Morbius does not accompany Lucius. Lucius wants Morbius to join him, but when he learns that this hope will never come true, he tries to turn Morbius into jail. But Morbius finds out about this conspiracy, and he goes to the lab to create a serum that will return the body to its previous state if injected into the body, and this injection is to be done on Lucius. And on the other hand, Lucius has become very powerful by drinking human blood. And he is so cruel that he kills his own doctor and makes Martin half-wit. And when Morbius arrived to save Martin, Morbius was very weak, but Lucius on the other hand was twice as strong. And the only reason behind this was that Lucius was still drinking human blood, but Morbius was surviving only by drinking synthetic blood. Martin then tells Morbius that Lucius must be stopped at all costs, or he will destroy the entire city, killing anyone he meets. And says to kill Lucius you have to drink human blood, so drink my blood and make yourself strong and kill Lucius. Then, Morbius drinks Martin's blood to strengthen himself to fight Lucius. Then there was a fierce fight between the two great warriors Lucius and Morbius. But since Lucius was more powerful than Morbius, he defeated Morbius every time. And every time Morbius lost to Lucius, he remembered a secret power. And this is to communicate with the bats and give them tasks of your choice. Morbius then attacks Lucius with a bat and defeats him. And injects the serum he made on Lucius. And Lucius dies. And in other words, Martin turned into a vampire because of Lucius, because Lucius made her half-wit, and if he drank all of his blood, she would have died there. But now, her body has communicated with vampire DNA, and so she has become a vampire. And the movie ends here with this huge suspense.